Right, so I just saw the new Spider-Man film, and this is going to be just like a quick review because I don't think I have a huge amount to say about this film. Just that it's good. It is really, really good, and I think it definitely deserves all of the money that it's making right now. Is it my favorite Spider-Man film? No, it's still gonna be Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 is my favorite, and I love that whole trilogy. Even the third one. The third one's got its problems, but it's got the direction of Sam Raimi, and it's got the music from Danny Elfman. It's got the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. It's you can't top that. You can't top that trilogy in my opinion. But this one is very good, and I would say this is probably the best Tom Holland Spider-Man film. The last three I thought were okay. They were fine. I like Tom Holland as Spider Man. I think he's great. I think that his movies are better than the Andrew Garfield movies, even though I don't dislike those films. I think they're fine. And I really liked the last Spider Man film, the one before this, which feels like, I mean, it's been 5 years, but it feels longer than that, to be honest with you. While watching this film, actually, I was getting a little bit sort of nostalgic. But it was like, it's only been 5 years since the last film, so why am I getting all nostalgic? But yeah, like, I like that one, but a lot of people have been saying, like, it gets worse when you rewatch it, like, over and over again, like the whole Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield thing, like, once you've seen it once, it doesn't quite have that, it loses its shine, if you know what I mean. And I agree with that, but like I like that film because it's you've got all the villains, you've got like Willem Dafoe, Alfred Molina, they're back, and you've got Jamie Foxx and everything like that, and you've got the Sand Guy and the Lizard Man, that's all cool. This film, a lot of people have been talking about, the cinematography and all that sort of stuff, like they've been talking about because it's a new director. They've been saying like, oh, it looks much better. It looks like a proper film, whereas those movies just look like Marvel slop. And I would say as well, like the last three Spider-Man movies, they have felt in comparison very kind of happy-go-lucky Spider-Man movies. Like this is a happy Spider-Man. Even when people find out his secret identity and they know who he is, they're like, haha, yeah, this is great. It's all very light-hearted, and I like this one because it goes back to that kind of Spider-Man. Yes, he's got these superpowers, but it's more like a curse, and it's kind of like he's trying to fight crime while also balancing a normal life at the same time, and it kind of sucks. Spider-Man 2 does that perfectly. That's why it's the best Spider-Man film, because it is just sort of like Spider-Man sort of down on his luck. He's struggling with his schoolwork, doesn't know who he's supposed to be, that sort of stuff. And this film does that. And yeah, I mean, look, in terms of action and stuff, everything was great. I loved all of like the ninja fighting stuff was cool. Hulk is in the film, and there's a great scene with Hulk. Mark Ruffalo is back. He's great. The Punisher was great. Really liked the Punisher. Seeing him in a 12A sort of film, a PG-13 film, wasn't an issue for me. Like a character doesn't always have to be presented in an R-rated movie, that sort of thing. It doesn't have to be that way. And this wasn't a problem. The villain though. There are lots of villains in the film. Like you see Scorpion, but like there isn't really like a main. Well, there is a main villain. It's kind of one of those misunderstood kind of villain stories, if that makes any sense. Sort of like a bit like Thunderbolts, because like the villain of that film was kind of like somebody who was struggling with like his mental health problems and just kind of needed somebody just to sort of say, hey, I got you, that sort of thing. And this is that same kind of story where it's about somebody like struggling with their demons, and instead of the hero beating the shit out of the villain, it's more of a let's get down on their level and try and be understanding and try and work things out, and that sort of thing, like, hey, you're mentally ill and a retard, but that's okay. That's okay. It's that type of thing. So yeah, I mean that's really, I mean, it's a good film. It's a good film, good action. I don't know what else I can really say about this film that other people are saying. Like, it's just a good film, and I actually like what they did with Zendaya in this film. I like what they did with Ned and Zendaya. I think, again, not to like, I'm not trashing on Zendaya. I like Zendaya. Like, a lot of people dislike her because she's kind of in everything, you know, she's overexposed. But like, I would say moving forward, if they could maybe decrease her, you know, her role a little bit. And I felt that in this film, like she wasn't really in it as much, you know, like maybe like in the next one she could just not be in it. It's an idea, you know, like I love Ned though. They need to put Ned in other Marvel movies. Just put him anywhere, put him everywhere. Like make a Blade movie, put Ned in it. But Zendaya, you know, like I'm not saying I dislike her. I'm just saying like I think they need to just decrease her screen time a little bit. And obviously, yes, I know Tom Holland and her, like they're married in real life. Yeah, I know all that, but I just feel like Spider-Man needs to move on. We need to maybe introduce Gwen Stacy. We need to maybe introduce some other love interests. You know, Black Cat. Maybe Black Cat. Black Cat could be cool. But yeah, like good film. I liked it. Good action. Good spectacle. Go see it. It definitely looks great. It's a great looking film. And what's her face was in it? Florence Pugh. And yeah, she. I mean, you don't see completely everything, but like she's in a pool and she's naked. I don't know if that scene was necessary, but it was kind of hot, not gonna lie. Yeah, and that's my final thoughts on that, really. Yeah, I mean, Sadie Sink, obviously, I know it's spoiler alert. Sadie Sink is Jean Grey. They're gonna make an X-Men movie. They're setting her up for that. She was fine in the film. And again, I don't mind this film being a movie about a misunderstood person, you know, a misunderstood villain. I don't mind that. It's just maybe the next one, it would be cool if we could see somebody who's not a misunderstood villain, you know, maybe see somebody who is a real proper villain, you know, a real baddie. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go now and stop talking about this film because it is honestly like boiling in this room right now. It's like 37 degrees out there. Yeah, so I'm going to stop now. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.